Focus on my brake lights.
Ain't turning back. Now that I'm back on track, yeah. Take my word from it. Put a couple fans on it. And I don't plan on letting people turn me. No. You can say what you want. I'ma keep pressing on. I came about that name like I'm feeling green. Talking to my past like focus on my brake lights. Cruising to my future now.
Are you ready for a fun show?
Yes.
You see, I try my best. I really do try to prepare my level
Ready.
co-host.
I'm like so
ready.
I'm ready.
ShyTia
Where are we going?
though with the pointing?
To BTS.
Where are we going?
To BTS.
All right, there it is. Breaking the silence is on. So welcome to the chaos. But not only chaos, we have some serious topics as
Good
well.
topics too.
Yes, but we have to introduce ourselves first because who are these ladies causing chaos on my screen and talking about nonsense, but talking about good stuff too. Let me introduce ourselves to you. My name is Angeli.
I'm Nori.
I'm ShyTia.
And again, welcome to Breaking the Silence. So let's take a look at our good topics and very, very interesting as that's very relevant these days. One of them is doom spending.
Ooh.
You've heard about doom scrolling, but have you heard about doom spending? You're probably doing this and you don't even know that there's a term for it, doom spending. If you don't know what it is, don't worry.
Our
we got your
budget
back.
queen definitely knows what it is.
Yeah, so I'm about to give you a lecture, but anyway,
Oh my
better
gosh.
prepare your notebook,
Get
your
ready.
folder, whatever it is, to write down some notes. Anyways, another one is, this one is very, very particular for kids, our generation, teens, and young adults, and it's a topic that we really need to raise awareness of. Are we raising a generation that doesn't read? You parents, I'm sorry, but the truth of the truth is we gotta talk about this. You know,
Yes,
we
we
gotta
do.
talk about this because
Seriously.
we are really concerned about this new
Yes.
generation. So we're gonna be talking about that later on. Also, we have some fun segments. Fun entertainment. One of our games will be finishing the phrase.
Okay.
So we're going to finish the phrase. We'll see how
Angeli's
we
gonna win.
know. Well, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one.
Whenever
but-
she passes the crown to somebody else,
Oh,
she
yeah, that's her
wins.
technique. That's her strategy.
Yes.
No.
Well, okay, let's see later on how we're gonna do
Yes.
with this. But we're also gonna have web wonders and whatnots because we see in the internet,
We haven't had those in a long time.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna give you some interesting things that's going on the internet lately, okay? So that's that. But also, I have a question for you
Okay.
ladies, okay? What is your favorite go-to karaoke song?
But why you asking that question? You was dodging it like, y'all remember, right? Y'all remember she
it's
was
a
dodging
question
it, right?
For the ladies.
Okay.
The ladies.
Well, since you
Okay.
asked that question, you gonna answer it first.
You ready?
Yes.
If you know this song,
Okay.
sing with me.
All right.
Right. And I.
You know what? I'm just done with this girl. They're done with you too.
Yes.
So what is your favorite go-to? I have a lot. 'Cause
What's
as a
the name? Like,
Filipino,
at least say the name.
I have a lot. So one of them is I Will Always Love You.
You.
That is
Okay.
that is something that every Filipino has to have in a karaoke. We also have Don't Stop Believing. And of course, all of the Filipino songs. But we have a lot because we do have like a book where you select like
They have
different
karaoke
songs.
parties.
Yes. So I can't really pinpoint one because there's just so much and I don't want them to be like, oh, you're siding on one. So yeah.
Okay, Tia, what about you?
So I have to go back to it's so hard. Okay, I'm gonna say Maroon 5. I love me some Maroon 5. There's so many, so it gotta either be She Will Be Loved or Payphone. I love Payphone too.
alright,
So
Payphone.
yes.
Okay.
Interesting. All right, y'all. Don't come for me, okay? We listen and we don't judge.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go back to Backstreet Boys. Yes.
Bye.
No, that's in sync, okay? I was
seriously? I don't even know.
fan, all right? And there's so many good songs.
Which one?
There are just so many. So we're just gonna leave it at that.
I know. There's a lot. Like if we think
You
about
see how
it,
she's dodging the question? She
not
don't
the one
want to
dodging
give the
the question.
answer.
Okay, let me see which one. Okay, the only one that's coming up to my head right now is "I Want It That Way."
Oh.
Is that Backstreet Boys and not NSYNC?
That is Backstreet Boys.
I don't even know.
Yeah, but those are really, really good songs that when you hear them, you just want to dance and sing with
and
it.
jam out.
And jam, exactly. If you do have one, then you can send it to us during this break. We're going to go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
All right.
Hear from strong women who are crushing their goals, overcoming challenges, and living their best lives. You won't want to miss a single empowering minute. Stay tuned and join the movement.
Hungry for something real? Not fast food. Soul food. Welcome to the Soul Food Podcast with Bishop Joshua. This is where truth is served. Truth that strengthens your faith and sustains you through real life. Bible-based messages that are practical, relatable, and meet you right where you are.
If you have a physical enemy, you know how to fight. But once the enemy is invisible, only the power of God.
No hype, no gimmicks. Just real spiritual nourishment for everyday living. Streaming now on all major platforms. Come hungry, leave nourished. Because when your faith is fed, it can't be defeated.
No matter how energetic, healthy, enthusiastic, and full of dreams a person may be, they know that life in this world is short. What no one knows is how close they are to their last breath. To understand the real meaning of life and existence, many people continually search for explanations in theories, ideologies, philosophies, and even in things and people, which takes them further and further away from the answers they seek. The truth, however, is closer than they think. With clear and detailed explanations based on the Word of God, The Secrets and Mysteries of the Soul talks about the greatest foolishness of humanity, the pain of the soul, what to seek first, and how to guarantee peace for all eternity, among other things. It's an amazing book that reveals the greatest desire of the author of life for humanity since the creation. Call 1-888-691-2291 to request your own personal copy, along with a gift offering of $20 or more. Discover the author of life's greatest desire for humanity since the beginning.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
I don't care who you are, fair is fair.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
You have to maximize, retirement.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
You were doom scrolling and then you went on doom spending. Doom scrolling turned into your bank account being affected. Well, if this sounds familiar, yes, there's a term for it. It's doom spending. Those little treats that you told yourself, I deserve this. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. It's been a long month. It's been a long time since I actually caught a break. So I deserve this little treat. And you just add and add and add. And when you look at your shopping cart, you just really didn't care about the amount. You just press that you're going to buy it and then later on regret it. Ladies, is this familiar? Have you ever done this? Or maybe you know somebody who ever done this and then they said, oh, I regret that moment, that I was just feeling like I deserve that moment. I saw it in Instagram, I saw it in TikTok, I saw it in one of the platforms. And yes, I really do deserve that little spa, spa bucket or that little facial that I needed. However, when you really think about it later on, you're like, oh no, my bank account is really being affected. And it's not really that I needed at that, like for the long run. I just needed at that moment to feel like I have like a little treat for myself. However, when you think about it, it's really something that you're not even going to use. You're not probably going to even open. You just want to feel at that moment that you deserve that kind of treatment or that treat at the moment.
Yeah, especially because it's like the way they market it to you, right? They make you feel as if you need this. Like your life will be so much better if you have this item, if you have this thing, or it's like this big hack. I remember like seeing all of these Instagram videos of like the way people organize their kitchen or their fridge or their closet, and they buy like all of these containers and they have like a label maker, and it just makes life so much more easier for them. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy everything. And then I just look at all the extra work that I put in just to have it that way or that specific item. Or I'll just be like, is it really easier for me? Because like, yeah, for them it's good, but what about me? You know, is that really something that I will actually apply? And when you do things like that, it's like you end up growing broke, right? Because they make it seem so simple. They make it seem like it's so easy, but then you have to constantly keep up with the newest trends. You have to constantly buy more stuff. And just so that way you can look like you have everything put together. But it's like we don't see it. We always talk about this. We don't see the struggle that they go through to make sure everything looks that way, everything is that way. And another thing, they get paid to promote a lot of those stuff. So it's like they're telling you to buy it, but they're getting paid to actually have it. So we're spending all this money on this, gotta have product that they got paid to promote.
Yeah.
You know, I really love everything they are saying, and I'm just gonna really confess something right now. I feel like it's really going hard at me right now. Like I'm just being attacked.
All her gym equipment.
First of all, Angeli started off with the spa and the facial. Okay? And then ShyTia wants to go ahead and talk about the fridge and all of these nice things. And it just so happens that I have things like that in my fridge.
Do you use it?
I do use it. I really do. Yes, I do. So for
Okay.
example, I have like this egg organizer that it makes it look really cute as opposed to just having a regular carton and stuff like that. And then there's also kind of like those acrylic things where you can put in like your juice and stuff like that. So,
but those are like simple things. What about like the canned things and having like to have like people open the pickle jar to have the fancy jar and like everything matching?
Yeah, of course. It all depends too. You know, like there's some people they don't like to use the original packaging, which is fine. It's it's understandable. But yes, doom scrolling, something that Angeli mentioned at the very beginning, which is really on point, and you even asked the question, I definitely relate to that. Like there's been moments where I've just like doom scrolled and I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. I don't go to the reviews. I don't check anything. Just because they sold it properly, guess who ended up buying it? I did. And that is very dangerous, because a lot of times you have goals. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to pay off a debt, sooner than later, or, you want to, purchase a car, cash down, cash only and stuff like that. But when you fall into this trap, you set yourself back. It's like the initial goal that you had for something really big, something major in your life, that's not only going to benefit you, it's going to benefit your family as well. Day by day is getting pushed back further and further. Why? Because you decided to be on Amazon just to see what new stuff they have. And like, just because it looks cute, you're like, oh snap, look at that. I got the card. Oh, you happen just to go on Walmart and you don't really need to go shopping on Walmart. And you're like, oh wow, look at this new thing, rollover. You see the rollover, whatever,
Discount
it's a discount and stuff. And you're like, oh snap, there you go, card. And you just end up, buying and spending a lot of things that really wasn't necessary.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially if you're using something like a credit card and one of your goals is to pay off debt. And then you're like, oh, it's just $20, it's just $30, but that keeps adding up, and you'll never actually pay off that credit card because you keep using it.
Exactly. And it's like that instant moment of gratification that, I bought it, I added it into my Instacart. Or even like, for example, let's go even more. Like, for example, vacation. vacations. Oh, when will I ever have like a $2,000 vacation? So let me just splurge my savings, although you save that up for maybe something else, like a business or maybe a house or maybe a car that you wanted later on. But then, hey, that's going to be 10 years later on. I could save up again so that you want that instant gratification. I can have a vacation right now. I deserve that little treat. And that's something that we need to be careful about when we tell ourselves, I deserve that little treat, which is, it's not wrong to treat yourselves every now and then. However, when you are there and you're not thinking about your life's decision, you decide on that moment without thinking the cons and the pros, and the cons probably, way more than the pros, and then you end up being bankrupt. You end up being you have to pay your credit card. So make sure that once you are there, you saw something, a product or a vacation or something that's being sold to you, that you have to think twice, thrice, or even more before you actually add to cart. Okay? Think that again before you add to cart. We're gonna go on a quick break. We'll give you some time and we'll be right back.
Feeling the energy? You're tuned into the right place. Breaking the silence is keeping it real, right here, right now. More empowering conversations, and the voices you need to hear are coming up next. Stay with Angeli, Francisca, Nori, and ShyTia. The conversation is just getting started.
Did you know you can watch Living Faith Network completely free 24 hours a day using just a TV antenna? Here's how to find us on your television. First, make sure your antenna is connected to the back of your TV. Next, grab your remote and press the menu or settings button. Go to channels or broadcast settings. Then select auto scan, channel scan, or auto program. When it asks for a signal type, choose antenna or air, not cable. Now start the scan. This may take a few minutes, so please be patient. Once it's finished, use your remote to go through your channels. Look for Living Faith Network on channel 42.1. That's it. You're now ready to watch Living Faith Network. Faith-filled programming, available free, 24/7, right on your antenna TV. If you don't see channel 42.1, try running the scan again or adjusting your antenna position.
You're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go, babe. I'm never gonna let you go. No, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Join the conversation. Breaking the silence.
Our game for today, finish the phrase. All right. Yeah, you see
That's the karaoke.
finish the phrase. All right. Okay, so we're gonna finish the phrase. We'll have
her
some,
Whitney Houston.
We're gonna have some common sayings, right?
Idioms,
common
yeah.
phrases, and then we're gonna fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna write it down.
Okay.
Write it down, and whoever
So is it
gets-
whoever get it first?
Yes.
Just show. Okay.
But after reading the phrase.
Okay.
So after
Okay.
reading, we guess, and then whoever gets it first, then you just show it up.
We got to give each other, that time.
Let's give
no
ourselves
cheating.
some time.
We got cheaters up in here.
yeah, some people you don't even finish reading and they already flipping
Yeah,
their card.
exactly. I wonder who. All right. Okay. Okay, let's start with our first one. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There is an blank in the room.
Elephant.
Oh, no.
Elephant.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
All right.
That was good.
I try to wait until after you finish reading it before I even
all
started writing.
I think reading and writing
Yes,
is not
please.
my skill.
Wait. Don't
Yes.
cheat. You see? She started cheating already.
I waited.
All right.
Okay. You hit the blank on the head.
Nail.
Yep. Nail. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I think when you read, it's kind of like
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
get
that's what I'm
like
saying. So you gotta
yeah.
give that,
Yeah.
give that moment. All right, let's go to our next one. Blank blank comes to those who wait.
oh my goodness, what's going on with my thing?
Good things.
I can't even. I did not remove the other one yet.
Good things.
I was trying. She be cheating though, y'all. She be scribbling. She don't even write the word.
We need to be
reading.
able to read it. Okay.
I am a doctor. I write like doctors.
She be.
when they
Her
write
word
your
don't even be complete. It'd be like
Yeah, like
one letter.
G-N-T. Yeah. And then good things. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
come on, let's go.
All right. Your next
Next
one.
one.
Don't let the blank out of the bag.
Cat. Oh my.
Cat.
It's
Like, oh my goodness, I gotta.
it froze on me.
I had that difficulty in the other one too. You know, it'd be glitching sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Next one.
Okay.
A blank a day keeps the blank away.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Let me see it. Let me see that.
Yeah.
We do not read that. No.
I took a thing out of her book.
I have complete word. Apple doctor. Okay, you can read that. No, apple doctor. You better get that one for me. Okay.
Okay.
That was like a prescription.
That's what I'm saying. She don't write the word fully, so she be cheating.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. Next one. Time blank when you are having
Look at this.
flies when you're having fun. Yes, time flies when you're having fun.
I told you.
Like right
Mine
now.
actually have it. I have it. Let me
doesn't
see.
have it. She
definitely don't
cannot
put the
read
full
it.
word.
It's just like
Like right now. It's going by so quick.
whatever. All right.
Ooh, that should have been the last one.
I told you whenever she passes the crown, she wins. Listen, don't believe
she
her when
scribbles.
she's
She
being
doesn't write it.
humble.
No.
It's not real humbleness, y'all.
They just don't want to take advice.
Okay.
Okay, let's
All right,
go.
who's next?
one.
Okay, you. I think.
We have the blank of both worlds.
Best.
Best.
That was like a triple tie.
You better get back to us.
Oh my gosh.
That was good. That was
like a triple tie.
I like that one. That was really
Okay.
good. You see,
Okay.
we're syncing. We're in
Yes,
sync.
because we gotta outbeat the cheater.
Yeah, because she writes like A and B.
Did y'all see me cheat? Look, they said
Okay,
no.
next one.
Yeah,
Come
okay.
on.
Every blank has a silver lining.
Oh, I know this one, but I don't remember it right now.
Oh no, wait.
Problem? No.
Story.
Page.
Situation.
Rainbow.
BTS show.
No. No. Oh man.
Wait.
Play.
Play.
Yeah,
I've heard it before.
Silver linings playbook.
Every,
I've heard it before.
every. Can you give us a clue?
Before, but
A hint. Oh. Cloud. Yay! Yes.
that don't make no sense.
Every cloud
shouldn't
has a
count.
silver lining.
Because you got it wrong.
Cloud.
Yeah, look, she's taking a page out of Nori's book. Now she's making a song out of everything.
Every cloud. Okay.
Once we got the karaoke.
I don't know what is
Okay.
it about Angeli. She's been coming for me lately, y'all.
Every
She's
cloud
been
has
coming
a
for me.
silver lining.
All right, come
Okay.
on. Do we
All
have
right.
any more?
Okay, next
Okay.
one. Is it my...
The next best thing since sliced.
What? The next best thing.
Bread.
I don't know this one.
Pizza.
Okay, that one I didn't know. So
Yeah,
I've heard that before.
I've heard it before. I
didn't
just didn't remember it, so I just went what came to my mind. I think I'm craving pizza.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
She's gonna buy us some after the show.
yeah.
Oh, Angeli, yes.
Yeah, you. Okay, we have more? Let's see.
Next.
Okay. You can't make an blank without breaking some blank.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Y'all always so
Omelet without breaking some
yes.
eggs.
Y'all so extra.
I put egg. Hey, you gotta give me some 1 point. I put egg on
Yes. Angeli, you should have got that.
like
You
that
love
one.
eggs.
I know. I put eggs. That's why I put eggs. That's all.
She's like, I only know eggs.
Half a point.
Yes, half a point. All right.
Okay.
You got
I didn't
more?
get that one.
No? Okay. Who's the winner?
I told y'all. That's why I don't accept her crown. When she give it to me.
This crown.
Because she always wins.
Yes.
I figured out her strategy, y'all.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Finish the phrase.
Okay. Finish. Okay, Nori, finish this phrase. BTS.
It's coming back right after this break.
All right.
Ooh.
Got a dream on the back burner? It's time to ignite that fire. Breaking the Silence brings you the tools and motivation you need to unleash your potential. Don't change that channel.
In New York, the city that never sleeps, the Universal Church is located in many boroughs. Open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, the Universal Church welcomes everyone, no matter your ethnicity or religion. We offer help and never judgment. No matter your battle, we are here to fight alongside you. In the borough of Many Bridges, Brooklyn, the Universal Church is located at 2233 Bedford Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11226. A piece of Caribbean in the concrete jungle. Jamaica, Queens. The Universal Church is located at 9224 Merrick Boulevard, Jamaica, New York, 11433. The birthplace of hip-hop. The Bronx. The Universal Church is located at 830 Arno Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10467. We have many locations not only in New York, but all over the United States. For more information, call 888-332-4141 or text us at 888-312-4141.
Jesus was more than just another man. He was God in the flesh who revealed the power of the Spirit as he performed many miracles and taught the truths of the kingdom of heaven. Jesus established his church to carry on his mission, to reveal God through both his actions and his words. The Universal Church takes that mission very seriously as a school of faith. Our goal is to help you discover and develop your faith so your life can be transformed. We teach you how to draw closer to God by activating trust, faith, and obedience. Essential spiritual building blocks for a deeper relationship with Him. What sets us apart is that your problems become ours. As we fight your battles for you and alongside you, any victory and success that you win by faith becomes God's victory and success, so that you can become the next powerful testimony for His glory. Let's help you find what you've been searching for.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Off your phones and enjoy each other.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
It's always important to consult your doctor.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
Are we raising a generation that doesn't read? Or have we replaced deep thinking with quick scrolling? If you see kids nowadays, youths, teens, you don't it's very rare to see them holding a book or something to read. But you see them a lot with their devices, with a tablet in their hand, with a laptop, with a computer. How are we raising this generation? So ladies, this is something really important that we need to talk about, especially for our kids these days, parents, caretakers, you know, because not only in school, we don't only see it in school happening that, you know, of course, there's still books. However, kids these days, their attention span is very short.
Yes.
And of course, because of like the constant exposure to social media with all devices, and that kind of like worsens the attention span of kids. And it's not like they don't want to read. It's because they're just exposed to so many devices. And because of that, reading 10 minutes is probably for them is like forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's better to have like those reels, which is like what, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or even 20 seconds is even long for them. So how are we raising this generation? How are we going to be able to really help these kids so that they don't take that out, you know, of them? Because hey, it's not only books that they need to read. How about instructions? How about emails when they go to look for a job later on and they need to read emails, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's just AI. Of course, yes, there's going to be a development of AI later on, but still reading is still going to be a must skill. But if it's something that's not already implemented as a child, they're going to really have a hard time when they become an adult.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is a lot of kids today, they're exposed to reading as if it's only homework, right? Or just classwork. So they read the lessons, they read assignments, even if they're reading like books and novels, it's not something that really draws their interest. It's more like, I have to read it because of, I have to write a report about it. So when they associate reading, they don't associate it to fun. They associate it to like chore, like I have work to do. It's so hard. And that's why they kind of disconnect from it. Because I remember when I was younger, how did I fall in love with reading was because we had all of these like extra reading time. Like, you know, you'll be in class and you'll have like a 15-minute reading time. Like you have to read the book for 15 minutes. But it's not just a book there. It's any book that you want. Like you'll go to the library, you'll pick out books that you want and you'll read it in class. Or even like Pizza Hut used to do, if you read like 20 books, you get a free pizza. So it's kind of like they would encourage you and motivate you to read. And it's kind of became fun. It kind of became like, you know, a different escape or a world. Like, you know how today they play video games to escape or they go on social media. But back then, that's what reading was. Like, you got to find what type of books you like, what kind of stories you wanted, and then you got to expand on it, you got to grow. And they had so much offered to children nowadays, but you don't really see children's books being promoted. You don't see a lot of new children's books even coming out. A lot of books that are coming out are not age appropriate for young adults, for children. They're more for catered to adults because those are the ones reading. But it's like there's nothing for those kids to experience unless they find something like a series and like, oh, that was a book. Let me try the book. And then they might get into the books.
Yeah.
You know, I really didn't realize how serious this topic is until I started hearing both of you. And you guys reminded me of somebody. It was a young guy, you know, that I was speaking to one time. And he was just sharing that, you know, he learned how to manipulate, how to con, how to bully people, you know, other kids, other young kids as well, to get what he needed when it came to like homework, when it came to like schoolwork and tasks, because he didn't know how to read. It was hard for him to stay focused. It was hard for him to, you know, comprehend certain things. And so he started doing things that, you know, he found that was easier for him. But in the process of doing that, he wasn't only hurting himself, but he was hurting other kids as well. And that's the danger in, you know, these devices. That's the danger in, you know, looking for a quick fix. Another story I would never forget, this little girl, she came up to me one time and she was like, hey, Miss Nori. And I was like, hey, sweetie, how are you? She goes, you want to see all my toys? And I literally thought she was going to pull out, you know, like Barbies and teddy bears and stuff like that. She pulled out her tablet and she just started opening all of her games. And I kid you not, she didn't have not one app that was about numbers or letters or, you know, those simple words or colorings. It was all about, you know, just like cartoons and like games and stuff that really isn't teaching kids when it comes to reading.
And as you were talking, it reminded me as well, it's like when you read, it helps you get that critical thinking skill. And a lot of young people today, they don't know how to think for themselves. You know, with AI, they just put in there, they get the answer. They don't know how to problem solve. So it's like if they go through a situation where they have to think about how can I resolve this, they won't be able to. And that's why a lot of them have like panic attacks. They have all of these things because their brain isn't wired to resolve an issue. Their brain isn't wired. What is this going on? They can't understand the situation without something being pinpointed. And we see that today because we see like the parents going to the kids like, what's your DOB? And they don't know. Like they don't know their DOB. They're like, what is that word? And you're just, they're like, your date of birth? Like how you don't know? But it's like for them, they really don't know it because they're so used to everything being handed to them. Everything is at their fingertip. They can just Google. Remember back in the day, you have to use an encyclopedia. You had to get the books. You had to go to the library. Now you Google, they'll just give you sources and you don't even have to do the hard work. So it's like they don't see any like critical thinking. They don't understand. Even if they are reading, their brain isn't understanding what they're reading, which is the bigger problem at the end of the day.
And of course, it's like the world is going to constantly evolve. So it's going to be there, all this convenience going to be there, but it's up to us, the parents, the caretakers, the teachers, right? Those who are in close connection with these kids to implement this because the world is going to do its thing, right? We're not going to be able to to stop what they're doing, what, you know, AI or Google but when we implement it to our kids, to this generation that, hey, you got to read, not only read the word, but also reflect, what does it mean? How do you, as ShyTia said, critical thinking, how do you connect this? How do you make a paragraph out of this? How do you make an essay out of this? Not just constantly just putting it in, you know, and AI, and then it gives you like that constant paper already that's already done, you know? So not only reading, but being literate on what you read, understanding and reflecting on it. And that's what we need to implement. And it starts with us, you know, because kids, they see us, right? They observe what we're doing. And sometimes we think that, oh no, my kids, she listens to what I say, or they listen to what I say. However, they observe everything that we do. So when we start implementing it, or we start telling it to them, and I think that it's gonna help, you know, because if we start saying, hey, you do this, you start reading this, you start maybe giving them a timeout for like devices. Of course, you're not going to constantly just cold turkey remove device from them because they need to be also literate with devices because that's the world that we're coming into now. But not constantly soaking them into just devices and forgetting, you know, even the time, as you mentioned earlier on, time, they can't even tell time. They can't tell, you know, different acronyms that you wouldn't even understand. You have to Google it for that matter. So these things we need to guide them, you know. Of course, their exposure is different, so we cannot criticize them and judge them that they're learning that. But us, as you know, who's older, we need to be that guide for them. If this relates to you, if you have something to say about this, you're a parent, you're a teacher, a caretaker, and you want to, you know, say something about this topic, you can feel free to send us a DM, and we'll be here. Maybe we'll read it one day. We're gonna go on a quick break right now, and we'll be back.
Breaking the silence. Sometimes all it takes is a conversation. We're talking career hacks, relationship advice, and the tools to build an amazing life. Keep it here.
Everyone loves a champion. Someone whose performance puts them head and shoulders above the rest. But not all champions wear a medal or hoist a trophy. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. We believe abuse can be prevented by taking a hard look at how we coach, how we train, and how we interact after the last whistle. We have provided over 2 million safe sport trainings. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job, it's our promise.
Are you feeling like you're at the end of your rope? Has life become an endless series of problems with no relief in sight? You've reached out for help, but it feels like no one truly understands. Everyone seems to be so busy with their own lives, and you don't want to add your problems to their load. So many people feel exactly the same way, afraid to ask for help, worried about being judged, misunderstood, or becoming a burden. As a result, they stay silent, allowing their struggles to pile up until they can't take it anymore. Don't let things get to that point. You don't have to face this alone. Pick up the phone and reach out for help. Our 24-hour helpline is here for you, created to be a place of support and refuge for anyone feeling overwhelmed and hopeless. Call us at 1-888-332-4141 or text 1-888-312-4141. No matter what time or day, someone will always be there to listen and offer spiritual support. You won't be judged, and your problems will not be dismissed. We're here to help you find the strength to face your challenges. You are not alone. Let us help you find your way forward.
Web wonders and whatnots. Yes, we do have some web wonders that we want to share with you today.
Yes.
They will be an absolute wonder for real over the internet. And now we are going to report it to you. And we have a little video as well to show you how it happened or what happened. Ladies, are we ready for this?
Yes.
There's some shocking ones, some hilarious ones. So yeah, we're gonna have fun.
Angeli's
with this
excited
one.
for the first one.
The first one, yes. I'm glad I'm doing the first one because you already know, chocolate. All right, so actually what happened in Europe, 12 tons of Kit Kat bars actually went missing from a store.
That is crazy.
Not boxes.
12 tons?
12 tons.
That's a lot.
How? Oh, you must be like a Kit Kat lover. Like, I don't know what you're thinking, but wow. 12 tons. 12 tons. It just disappeared. And major brands started joking about like it was actually like a real life, you know, they actually planned or did something about it, but with Kit Kat.
That's crazy.
Well, I want to see the video.
Okay.
Yes. I want to see the video. You want to see the video? Let's watch the video. Let's take a look.
Hey Kit Kat, what's new with you? So something weird happened to us today? Cause someone stole 12 tons of Kit Kats. 12 tons? Yeah, so there was a large truck full of Kit Kats that was going from Italy to Poland. And it was supposed to deliver Kit Kat bars across Europe. Okay, simple task, I guess. Well, it wasn't that simple because the truck disappeared. And we couldn't even reach the driver. Do you even know where it disappeared or where the theft happened? No idea. There was no crash, no emergency call, nothing. Just know that 413,793 Kit Kat bars were lost. Wow, that's a lot of chocolate. But you know what? We can trace the chocolate bars. But how? It's a chocolate bar. It's because each Kit Kat bar has a batch code, and that means that it can be identified. So shops can scan it, and if it's stolen, they can report to us. You did that much security for a chocolate bar? Well, in case something happens, and something did happen. But honestly though, this is just hilarious. Hey, we lost a lot of chocolate because of that. Well, maybe you should change your slogan to take a break, steal a Kit Kat. Okay, that was funny.
Yeah,
I found the driver.
Oops.
Yes,
50,000. Did you scan it? Oh,
talk about give me a break.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, the company can, like, the store can just call us and let them know they have a, really, is the store really gonna let you know that they have this store? They're not gonna do that.
That is crazy.
Yes. But you know, as crazy as that is, you know, Europe is just on the roll because in another European country, Germany, 50 sheeps, 50 sheeps broke off from the herd. And guess where they ended up? They didn't end up at the pond, at the lake. No, they ended up in a grocery store.
Oh, looking for the Kit Kat.
Oh my
50
goodness.
sheep. Can you imagine like going to shop for your food or anything like that, and the whole herd of sheep just coming there? And of course they're, you know, being chaotic. They're knocking over stuff. And I just gotta watch the video for this. Can we see the video of these sheep?
That's crazy.
About 50 sheep just casually walked into this German supermarket. And while some speculated that it could have just been a stunt for YouTube, the market staff, the shepherd, and all 50 sheep insist that it all just happened by sheer chance. The shepherd was in the middle of moving his 500 sheep to their winter home as the flock passed the penny market in Borgsen. He suspects that some of the sheep were distracted by acorns, leading 50 rogue fluff balls to break away from their woolly companions. Then they were perhaps distracted again by a human customer who was entering the market holding a bag that they thought was food. And all 50 bargain hunters followed them straight inside. The flock of fluffy clouds made themselves right at home browsing the checkout aisle, though none of them had a credit card on hoof, so no purchases were made. Customers and staff noted that the sheep were remarkably polite and not rambunctious in the slightest, though they did accidentally break some bottles and displays, mostly because the store was not actually designed to accommodate dozens of sheep at once. After about 20 minutes, the sheep calmly saw themselves back out the front door in single file, and the shepherd arrived to find his 50 adventurers already waiting for him in the parking lot. And while there were early rumors that the shepherd would be on the hook for damages, that's not how Penny Market responded at all. In fact, they declined to even disclose the cost of cleanup, and instead offered to pay for food for all 50 sheep for an entire year, just to thank them for the unexpected marketing opportunity.
That is so crazy. And I think I like the fact the most that they all just randomly was like, wait, we don't belong here. And just like went outside and waited for the shepherd to come. Like no one had to round them up or anything.
Maybe one of them happened to think, hey, do you think we could live rent-free here? I don't know. And talking about rent-free, this next one is going to blow your mind. So this guy, I don't know how he pulled it off, but he pretended to be the owner of the New York hotel in New York. Wow. And I was like, OMG, and he managed to live there rent-free. Wow, for how long? He didn't have to pay at all. Imagine a hotel like that.
And he's probably in like the penthouse or
because
like
of
the
his
executive
owner,
suite.
Pretending to be
room service. All of this food.
Imagine that. But listen, there's a video to it. Let us watch this video. I definitely need to see it.
Okay.
Turns out you can't just steal a hotel, but this man tried his best. Mickey Barretto attempted to turn a one-night stay at the New Yorker into ownership of the whole hotel. He's now pleaded guilty to fraud, but for a moment, it almost works. In 2018, Barretto paid $149 for one night at the New Yorker. He then invoked an obscure rent stabilization law to demand a lease of the room. When the hotel refused, he filed for wrongful eviction and was granted possession of a single room. He ended up living there for 5 years, rent-free, and he didn't stop there. In 2019, he argued that because the building wasn't subdivided, along with the housing law violation and his own intention to use the space for a nonprofit, his possession of one room meant he owned the whole hotel. And New York's Department of Finance recorded a deed accepting that reasoning. Barretto then represented himself as the owner. He demanded access to the hotel's bank accounts and even tried to charge rent from a diner in the lobby. But eventually his scheme fell apart. The hotel's prior owner, the Unification Church, took him to civil court, and his deed was found fraudulent. In 2024, Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg indicted Barretto on 14 counts of offering a false instrument for filing in the first degree, a felony, and 10 counts of criminal contempt in the second degree. This month, Barretto finally pleaded guilty to forging property records. He's already served 6 months behind bars and faces 5 years of probation.
Wow. Wow.
5 years.
5 years. And still even charged somebody for rent.
That is
and wanted bank account records and everything.
That,
Oh my
like
goodness.
that's mind blowing.
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
Wow.
Whew. You think we can pull that off?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Well, if that's mind blowing, I think this one is also another one. Like if we think we've seen it all, have you ever seen a scuba diving pirate?
No.
We've seen and heard a parrot talking, but a scuba diving parrot I've never seen. So it geared up, okay, and went scuba diving.
Wow.
Yes. I want to really watch this video. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
The parrot you're about to meet is no stranger to the extreme. He's already been skydiving with his owner, and he's now going viral for scuba diving in the Bahamas. Bibby explored underwater reefs in a custom-made submarine, which his owner first tested in a bathtub. The vessel is made out of a food storage container with a paintball air tank supplying oxygen to the daredevil bird. And that is a story his feathered friends will find hard to believe.
Well, I'm definitely jealous because this parrot is doing things I haven't done.
Right. Listen, imagine the parrot had the 2 truths and a lie we had the other day.
I'll be like, I've been
skydiving, scuba diving.
Crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
Like, these are really web wonders. And
Yes.
like, you know, back in the days, we've had like wonders, but we never really caught it because there was no like internet back in the days. So now it's more like kind of,
We
you know,
see
we see
anything
it
and
even more.
everything.
Yes.
I know. We kind of like, what is this? But anyway, it was fun, right? It was fun. It was, some of them are really hilarious. Some of them are really unbelievable. But yes, that's what's been happening over the internet lately. And if you saw something in the internet and you want to share it with us because it's just too hilarious, too unbelievable, then again, you can send us a DM. But right now, we're going to go on a quick break and we'll be back.
Laugh, learn, and love with Breaking the Silence. We'll be right back.
Loving the show? Let's keep the good vibes going. Follow us on Instagram for show clips and behind-the-scenes fun. Be part of the conversation. Join us today.
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I feel that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and it's a lot built up in my chest. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Well, have you taken notes? Because today we've had so many that we've talked about. From doom spending to actually, hey, you know, if you're doom spending, do you know which numbers you're actually calculating there? Do you know what kind of numbers you're adding up? Because maybe you haven't been reading lately. So you better read and be up on your numbers, be updated on your numbers. What's 1 plus 1? Not even the co-hosts know about it. I'm so disappointed. What have you been reading?
No, I think it's 11.
Yeah, I think we gotta get on a serious note about this, people. We gotta.
But you know who was reading? That guy who stayed in the hotel. Because he knew his law and he knew his rights.
He was definitely reading. Yes. Educating himself.
Educating himself.
For the wrong reason.
So you gotta educate yourself for the right reason, okay? Because you don't want to be in the web wonders and we'll be reading about you. We don't want to be reading about you and doing something hilariously on the internet. However, what's something that you can share with us is when you do scan this QR code, you can suggest any ideas, any topics, or any games, or anything that you saw on the internet. So that's Breaking the Silence _talk show. If you want to be a guest, if you have a small business, if you have a story to talk about, then you can be a viewer joiner and you can join us here and have fun with us because, hey, an hour has passed, right?
Yes.
But it seems like it wasn't an hour because,
No.
time
Shorter.
just went by because we were just
having so
much fun.
All of the laughter today alone.
And we had a winner today as well, of course. She won Finish the Phrase. And she deserves that for today. Okay.
Her fake crown casting.
Yes. You see,
today.
in the beginning, she was like, you're
You're
the
gonna
one
win.
who's going
I'm not gonna win. I'm so bad at this, guys.
I think we got some people feeling a bit salty here.
Okay. Well, anyway,
they're salty.
so since you won, you're going to give us a sample of your karaoke.
I sure will.
karaoke song.
I wanna dance with somebody.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, that's enough.
So you see a little bit of the sample. If you want to know more, then you can tune in again with us. But that's for another day. However, right now we're going to wrap up. And
We're
we have
leaving.
to say,
We're
unfortunately,
going.
you're gonna have
Bye.
to say bye-bye. Bye.